Yeah. So we're going to start seated. Okay, so find a comfortable seat. And okay, dogs, off you go now. Time to go. Up now. And I got my Christmas lights out. I just thought it would create a nice atmosphere. For this class, it's not, the atmosphere is important because the focus of the class is really to relax, to unwind, and to drop in. And so I know with hygge, the Danish word hygge, that sense of being at ease, of contentment. And contentment has nothing to do with what you have or where you're at or anything like that. Contentment is to actually be happy with what is and to be content with things just as they are without needing them to change. And in the Danish hygge, in Denmark evidently, there's always candles lit because of the atmosphere, and that atmosphere affects how you feel. And so something that doesn't cost anything, just creating the atmosphere, and has such an effect on how you feel. And so tonight's class, we're really focusing on that cultivation of contentment. And so that feeling of, yeah, I'm fine where I am, and where I am is where I am, and I'm okay with that. And so let's start by closing our eyes. And in our world, visual stimuli is very important. We live in a world where we really use our eyes a lot to inform us. We also use our ears, but we tend to be more reliant on our visual sense. And so it is wonderful, and sometimes that can be a little bit out of balance, a bit too much of reliance on it. So when we close our eyes, it's a wonderful opportunity to have no visual stimulation. And so all those parts of our brain that are normally switched on to interpreting the external world and bringing in the external reality are temporarily closed down. And so now all of our attention is able to focus internally. And so we internalize the mind. And so here, let's take a few deep breaths. As you inhale, feel the breath going down right to the bottom of the lungs, filling up the bottom lungs, then the middle lungs, and then the top of the lungs. And then as you exhale, the breath leaves the body. So that sense of inhaling, filling up and grounding, breath going down. And then as you exhale, this sense of lightness of being as the breath leaves the body going up. We have two diaphragms in our body. We have the thoracic diaphragm just here underneath the lungs. But we also have a pelvic diaphragm. So when we inhale, the breath comes down and the diaphragm, both of them, descend. And as they descend, they flatten. And then as you exhale, the breath goes up the body and they dome. So they lift up and they make like a dome shape, lifting. So as you inhale, they flatten. The lungs descend, the belly pushes down, pelvic and thoracic diaphragm flatten. And as you exhale, breath going up your body and they both dome. So let's take a few breaths just like that, feeling the breath going down, diaphragms flattening, descending, grounding energy. And as you exhale, diaphragms draw up, pelvic and thoracic. The breath leaves the body. Inhale, descending quality to the breath. And exhale, breath leaves the body, this lightness. And one more. And exhale. So we're going to breathe through the left nostril, inhaling, and exhaling through the right nostril. So using your thumb of your right hand, block your right nostril. And let's inhale through the left nostril. And then with your ring finger, block your left nostril and exhale to the right. And let's continue just like that. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. So you're aiming for a breath of a count of 5 or 6. And keep going. When we inhale through the left nostril, it's called the moon channel. It has a cooling and calming effect. Stimulates the right side of the brain, so the creative, spatial side of the brain. And visualize as you inhale, you're inhaling brightness and lightness. And as you exhale, you're letting any tension, any stress, let it go. Inhaling lightness and brightness through the left nostril. And exhaling. And feel any tension in your body leave with that exhale. We'll go for 3 minutes. 3 minutes is about the magic amount of time in which to feel the effect of a breathing practice. It's not very long, but it's just long enough to create a shift in our energy, a shift in our state of mind. So you're inhaling left, exhaling right, aiming for a count of 5 or 6 on the inhale and the same on the exhale. And you're staying very focused. Breath is a wonderful gateway from external reality to internalizing the mind. And we're using it here to transition from whatever you've been doing all day to this new state of inward attention. In yoga, we really work on this, cultivating this relationship with our inner self. And when this relationship has a sense of ease to it, that there's kindness and love in our internal gaze, no judgment. When we have a sense of contentment with where we are, who we are, with just what is. So not seeking any perfection by any means, but cutting through the veils that cover your inner light. Veils of ignorance and judgment. All those different conditions and conditioning. So we learn to have this ease, this sense of ease with who we are. A sense of purposefulness. And this feeling and cultivation of love and compassion. So now release your hand down when you're ready. Take a deep inhale through both nostrils. And pause, hold the breath. Draw up through your pelvic floor. So all those muscles from the pubic bone at the front to the tailbone at the back. Be very still. And then exhaling, release. And just sit for a moment and be very still. Observe the shift in your energy, in your mind. Acceptance, contentment with what is, not seeking anything other than what is. So let's move the body a bit before we come into our more restful poses. Nice to remove stagnation and release any areas of tension or stress in the body. So let's come to all fours. Inhaling, arch. Exhaling, round. I'm just going to blow my nose. And so keep going. And if you're comfortable, you can close your eyes. It's nice to close your eyes and move with your breath. Again, internalizing your energy, internalizing your mind. And go at the pace of your breath. So let's add a leg. So right leg rises as you inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Let's switch legs. Other leg now rises as you inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. And place that leg down. Let's come to sitting now with no cushions or blankets under you. And one foot is directly in front of the other. And we do a little bit of Sufi grind. So hands to your ankles. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. So really nice for opening the outer hips. Releasing tension in the lower spine. And have the sense, the way I always like to describe this pose, some of you are familiar, because I use it all the time and it's always helpful for me, is to imagine your spine is a wooden spoon and your pelvis is a bowl. And so you're stirring the spoon in the bowl of the pelvis. And so really have the sense of forwards and back and move in the abdominal area. And so that sense of the muscles of the abdominal area are involved in the movement. Trying to get as much kind of mobility into that area. So belly goes forward and then draws back. And let's switch direction. So many wonderful poses and movements in yoga to help create mobility and strengthen the body. I have to say I love this particular sequence of warming up the spine. It's so helpful, especially if in your work you sit a lot or if you have any kind of stiffness in your joints. It's great because it's gentle, it's supportive, and it also, we do it for a little while, right? We don't just do it once or twice. And so you really get into the movement. So now hands on your shins, inhale, arch, and then exhaling round. And here, inhaling an arch, exhaling round through your nose, and you're tilting forward on the sitting bones and then rocking back. And so if you think of the pelvis tilts back and then the pelvis tilts forwards. So you're really mobilizing here in the hips, in the lumbar spine, and the abdomen moving forward and then tilting back. We'll go more into the shoulders in a moment, but I want you to feel this lower back and here in the pelvic area. And close your eyes if you're comfortable. Again, internalizing the mind. To be able to drop in and have it as a real place of refuge. So we recruit our mind to work with us. When our mind says things, starts thinking things that we know are not good for us, we got to tell it, now that's a rabbit hole. Come back here. Notice your breath. And so don't think it's a bad thing to talk to yourself, right? It's extremely good. It is one part of you, that deeper, that witness mind, instructing that surface mind. No, that's gossip. Away from that. No, that's not very nice. Don't be thinking that. And now we bring our hands to our knees, so more thoracic, right? Chest forward and chest back. So shoulder blades towards each other behind, and then they separate. Now you reduce the amount of movement if you feel any strain, if it feels uncomfortable. This whole sequence can be done sitting on a chair. And especially from now on, if you want to, because we're not moving in the pelvis so much, if you want to pop something under your bum, you absolutely can, right? And take a deep inhale here. Pause, hold the breath, squeeze up to the pelvic floor, relax your shoulders, chin in, eye gaze, center of the forehead. Hold, be very still. Exhale, release. Take a deep inhale here. And a long exhale. And now hands to your shoulders. So fingertips are forward and thumbs are behind. Inhale left, exhale right. And you go at the pace that suits you. So it might be slower or faster than me. Tune in and go at the pace that suits your body tonight. Just a little bit more. Stay with it. Now come to center. Take a deep inhale. Pause, hold the breath. Relax the shoulders. Squeeze up to the pelvic floor, chin in. Eye gaze center of the forehead. Exhale, release down. Take an inhale here. And an exhale here. So now we'll go for the shoulders. Inhale up, exhale drop, okay? I'm going pretty fast. If that suits you, go fast. If it suits you to go slower, then go slower, okay? As you exhale, dropping the shoulders, release any tension. Inhale, shoulders up. Lose your neck. Eyes closed, engage pelvic floor. Eye gaze center of the forehead. Exhale, release. And now, very carefully drop your chin to your chest. Now, if you have any neck issues, you just bring your head side to side. If you have no neck issues, then drop your chin and then slowly make big circles with your head. And now carefully switch the direction. Really nice. Come to center. Just take a moment here. And breathe. Internalize the mind. Drop in. Go beneath the surface. Tune into the felt experience in your body. Really nice. So we're going to do a few lunging salutations. I'm going to go pretty slow. But just again to stretch, release any tension and to create a little bit of mobility, remove stagnation in the body before we come to our resting poses. So very carefully come to standing. And let's find our nice standing pose. So starting, your feet can be hip distance, or you might like your feet, just get rid of some of my things here. You might like your tops of your big toes touching. And ever so slightly think of your heels drawing towards each other. Let me just silence this. Sorry. So you can feel the heels drawing towards each other. And that fires up the pelvic floor, strengthens the outer hips. Tailbone drawing down, and the pubic bone draws up towards the sternum. And then the sternum, the chest, is elevating towards the sky, towards the ceiling, but we're not lifting the ribs out, so we keep drawing the ribs in, but have this lengthening of the chest towards the ceiling. The collarbones are wide and the shoulder blades are down your back. Now we don't draw the shoulder blades towards each other, right? We're not in the army, we're not extending the chest. The shoulder blades are down the back and they're separate. And now feel the back of your neck is long. And this sense of like there's an imaginary string on the crown of your head lengthening up. So grounding through the feet and then this rebounding energy going up through the crown of the head. So let's do a couple of half salutations first. So inhale, arms out to the side, reach up, look up. And as you exhale, you can have a little bend in the knees and fold forwards. Hands to the shins or the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Think of lengthening crown of head away from the tailbone, shoulder blades down your back, chest lifting. And then as you exhale, fold in. And again, a little bend in your knees can be nice. Push into your feet. So inhale, come all the way up, reach up. And as you exhale, hands to heart. Let's do the same again. Inhale, reach up, look up. And that sense of no rush. Very often our feeling of speed, of lack of time, inhale, lift your heart, comes from inside of us. And so if we can cultivate a sense of, I have enough time. I am enough. Inhale, reach up. Contentment with what is. So not having to need to change the external environment in which to be happy with where we're at. Let's add a few lunges. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Hands to your shins or the floor. Inhale, lift your heart, lengthen. And then exhale, hands down. Step your right foot back, right knee down. Now here, especially if you have any sensitivity in your knee, you can pop a cushion under your knee, right? Or you can fold your mat under your knee, right? Whatever works. Start with your hand on your left knee and sink down. And then let's reach up, inhale, reach up, hook your thumbs. And as you exhale, sink in. Let's take 3 more breaths like that. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, sink in. So that sense lengthening pubic bone to navel, navel to heart, heart up to collarbones. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And as you exhale, front of that right hip, lengthening, stretching. And last one, shoulder blades down your back. And exhale. And now carefully, hands either side of the front foot and step back into plank. So remember, plank, knees lifted or knees down, whichever works. Inhaling here. And as you exhale, elbows in and make your way to the floor. Inhale into Cobra. And let's revolve. So as you exhale, left shoulder drops, look over your right. Inhale to center. And as you exhale, right shoulder drops, look over your left. Inhale to center, lift your chest. And exhale, all fours. And then back into down dog. Take a full inhale here. And again, become aware, right? We're in an inversion, but the breath still goes from the crown of the head down. Thoracic diaphragm, pelvic diaphragm, flatten. And as you exhale, they lift up. The breath goes up from the pelvic diaphragm out through the nose. Let's do another breath like that. Inhaling, breath going down. Diaphragms flattening. And as you exhale, breath coming up. Diaphragms lifting. And now drop your left knee to the floor. And again, pop a support under it. If in any way there's sensitivity there. And the right foot steps forward. And here you can give it a hand, right? You can hold on to that right leg, step it forward. Start with your hand on the thigh and sink down. So we want to always make sure knees over ankle. So in yoga, the alignment is key. So the bones in the right position. So then when we move the body, we're encouraging this flow. So flow of the fascia, but flow of the energy through the body. So inhale, reach up, opposite thumb hooks. And then as you exhale, sinking down. And so feel that as you inhale, filling up, breath going down the body. And as you exhale, breath going up the body, feel the lengthening, pubic bone to navel, navel to heart, heart to collarbones. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, fill up. And then exhale, sinking in. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. And now bring either hands either side of the front foot. And bring that left foot to join the right at the top of your mat. Hands to your shins. Inhale halfway. Again, shoulder blades down your back, crown of the head lengthening forwards. As you exhale, fold in. Inhale all the way up, reach up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Now let's go again. Inhale, reach up. Exhaling, fold forwards. Hands to shins. Inhale, lengthen, lift your heart. And this time exhale, right foot steps back and keep the legs straight. And so you might need to bend that front knee a little bit to keep the hands on the floor. You can also pop pillows underneath your hands. You have them there, or blocks if you had blocks. Right? Really nice to create a little bit of length. So I want you to think of the right hip coming forward. So this outer right hip comes forward and the outer left hip draws back. Relax your shoulders. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. And hands can also be on that front shin if you need, if that's more comfortable, right? Wherever works. And then we're going to inhale, lift the heart, lengthen. And exhale, relax and fold forwards. We'll do 3 more breaths like that and really think of that traveling of the breath. So as you inhale, lift your heart and the breath goes down your body. Diaphragms flatten. As you exhale, relax the shoulders, folding forward, and the breath draws up the body. Diaphragms dome. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen, lift the chest. Firm that back leg. Press into the back foot. And then relax the shoulders. Exhale, fold. And 1 more. Inhale, lift the heart. Breath goes down the body. And then as you exhale, breath rises, right? So pelvic diaphragm lifts, thoracic diaphragm lifts. Breath leaves the body and fold. Really nice. Just pop your pillows away for a moment. Bend that knee and let's step back into plank. So right knee down and then left knee down. And so it's nice to start with your legs lifted and then you can pop them down, take an inhale. And then shoulders come forward over your fingertips, elbows in and come all the way down. Chest and chin first if you can. Inhale into cobra. As you exhale, drop one shoulder, look over the other. Inhale to center. Exhale, other side. Inhale to center. And then exhale, tuck your toes and press back into down dog. So again, we have this inversion, so we're upside down. We're going to inhale, the breath will go from the nose to the pelvic floor, filling up. And as we exhale, it goes from the pelvic floor all the way back up. As we breathe in, grounding, breathing in contentment, lightness. And as we exhale, any residual stress or tension in our body, letting it go. And now, bring your left knee down, step your right foot forward between your hands, and then stand on your left foot. So we've kind of got a heel to arch alignment. So the heel of the front foot's in line with the arch of the back foot. Draw the left hip forward, this right hip back, and push into the back foot. So the back leg is firm. And hands can be on your pillows. If you have yoga blocks, great. Or your hands can be on your shin, right? A little bend in the front knee, especially if you have a tendency to lock in your knees, if they have a tendency to lock out. And so let's inhale, lift the chest. And then as you exhale, breath leaves the body. 2 diaphragms, dome and fold. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. 3 more. Inhale, lift the chest, breath goes down the body. Exhale, breath going up the body. Relax, folding in. Draw that outer rib, right hip in. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhaling, fold. And one more. Inhale, lift. And exhale, folding forward, relax the shoulders. And now very carefully bend your knees, bring the left foot to join the right. Hands on your shins, inhale, lift your heart. Exhaling, fold in. Inhale, come all the way up, reach up. Exhaling, hands to heart. We'll do another half salutation. Inhale, reach up. Exhaling, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway. Follow that breath. As you exhale, pelvic diaphragm, thoracic diaphragm, rise. Breath leaves the body, fold in. Inhale, fill up as you come all the way up. Exhaling, hands to heart. Really nice. Let's come to lying down. And here, grab you a towel or your strap or your belt or your tie, whatever it is you're going to use. Left leg long, and place your strap around the right foot. And so straight away, relax your shoulders, back of your neck is long. And inhale, draw your knee in, bend the knee. Eyes closed. Exhale, straighten the leg. 3 more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Last one. Inhale, bend. And exhale, straighten. And now just hold here. Relax your shoulders. So you draw your shoulder blades towards the floor. And as you breathe, imagine you're breathing right into the back of your leg, into your hamstring. Almost like there is a lung in the back of your leg that expands as you inhale and releases as you exhale. One more here. Full deep inhale. And exhale. And now very carefully bend that leg. Extend your right leg long. Just take a moment. Observe right leg, left leg. One leg might feel heavier than the other. One leg might have more sensation. One leg might feel like it's smaller than the other. That's the feeling of your energy in your leg. So just notice. Cultivating, we spoke of it last week, that witness consciousness, that ability to observe, notice equanimously without reacting. And so let's go to the other leg. So your towel or whatever strap you're using, and lengthen the leg up. And now inhale, bend the knee in. And exhale, lengthen. Inhale, bend it in. Exhale, lengthen. 3 more. Inhaling, bend. And exhaling, lengthen. Inhale. And exhale. And last one. Inhaling, bend. Exhaling, lengthen. And now stay and hold and breathe. So relax your shoulders, back of your neck is long. And breathe as though you are able to expand the back of your leg, your hamstring with the inhale. And relax it on the exhale. Two more breaths. And now carefully release and bring that leg down. So now let's bend both your knees. Feet are about hip distance apart. And as you inhale, I want you to push into your feet, lift up, and at the same time, reach your arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, articulate down vertebrae by vertebrae, and the arms come down. Now make sure the knees don't open out, so they stay in line with that second or third toe, inhaling up. And exhaling, coming down. So bone by bone. Inhaling, imprint, tuck the tailbone, and lift each vertebrae one at a time, coming up. And then exhale, each vertebrae coming down. And one more. And exhale, coming down. Really nice. Draw the knees into the chest. Rock a little bit side to side. Really nice. And let's take a spinal twist. So let both of your knees fall to the left. Left foot onto your right knee. And then look out over your right shoulder. If you like, you can reach your right arm overhead and your left hand onto your inner thigh. And breathe here. Again, tune into your breath. Inhale, expanding downwards. Both diaphragms flatten, filling up. And then as you exhale, emptying, letting go. And one more. And exhale. Now take that left foot off the right. Bring the legs back up to center. So the feet are wide. Maybe turn the toes out and let both knees turn to the right now. And then place the right foot onto the left thigh. Left arm overhead, right hand on your inner thigh. And maybe looking over your left armpit towards the left. Inhale, filling up. Exhale. Emptying. 3 more. Stay with your breath. Two more. Follow the breath. Just internalizing the mind, being present with what is. Very nice. Take your foot off your thigh and coming back up. So we're going to put our legs up the wall. And here use, if you have a pillow, I have like a bolster here. And it's tricky to get your bum in, and a bum has to be in close to the wall. So what you do is you sit, so you're right against the wall. My left hip is touching the wall. And then swing the legs up. And that one's not going to work, it's the wrong shape. So I think I'm going to use this folded up blanket instead. So I'm going to place the blanket down. So this is going to support my spine, my bum on the floor. I'm going to try again. So left hip against the wall, then swing the legs up. There it is. And so find your way up and close your eyes. So I want you to stay here. I'm going to guide you as you stay in this position, the legs up the wall, eyes closed. This is a really wonderful, rejuvenating pose. Relax your eyes, your jaw, your tongue, and sense the flow of energy down through your legs, pooling in the abdominal area and flowing through your belly, down through your heart, refreshing the throat, and feel it going all the way into your hands. And relax here. And become aware of the rise and fall of your breath. And if any time you feel or you notice that you're coming back up into surface thoughts, just allow yourself to sink back like you're dropping into a deeper inner space. So it's not complicated, it's very simple, but it's not easy. The surface mind keeps wanting to draw us away. And so we have to be so patient. We have to talk to ourselves and just say, it's okay, I'm going back in. I'm going back to just noticing my breath. Breath by breath, moment by moment. Have that sense of an awakening of contentment, of being happy to be exactly where you are in this moment, and grateful for all the circumstances in your life, the joys and the challenges. So relax into that contentment that comes when we don't feel the need for things to be other than exactly how they are. When we surrender and accept, trust in the unfolding of your life. Trust in your ability to have all the tools necessary to maintain balance and to thrive. Trust in this moment. I am enough. It will all be fine. It is fine. It is how it is. And surrender. So much energy is consumed with resistance. The more that, and feel the feeling in your body when you let go of the resistance and just surrender. And feel the invitation of each exhale to draw you from the surface to a deeper level of calm and receptivity. So now, keeping your eyes closed, very gently we're going to come out of this position. So draw your knees into your chest and roll onto your right side. And rest a moment. So we want the energy, the blood to equalize. And then let's set up for Shavasana. And so do all the adjustments that will make you comfortable. Maybe a bolster or pillow under your knees. Maybe one under your head. Perhaps a blanket over your body. Perhaps something over your eyes. And relax here. Feel your shoulder blades roll down your back. Let your eyes sink towards the back of your head. Feel your jaw relax, your tongue. And completely let go. Let go of any way in which you're holding in your body. Any way in which you're holding in your mind. And as you lie here, sense the effects of your practice. Perhaps the tingling of your energy. And if there's anything you're resisting about your life right now, ask yourself, am I willing to release that? and settle into the inner space of contentment. Connection. And let each exhale draw you into a deeper awareness. Internalize the mind. Being with what is. Tuning into the wisdom body. That deeper sense, inner knowing. So our journey of yoga is not a journey of seeking perfection. It's a journey of a systematic, progressive uncovering of our deeper truth. It's a journey of waking up to different dimensions of possibility, of leaning into the unknown, of taking risks and not looking to be perfect at all, but looking to have a greater understanding of ourselves. And as we learn to harness and focus our minds and create a neutrality within us, and then everything comes from this neutrality. And we start to walk a much easier path. It's like stepping into a real flow in one's life. But it's constant change, right? And so remember, there's ups and downs. We can have a sense of that flow, and then we're back into the jumble, and then we flow, and then we jumble, and we taste our inner vastness. We sense some peace, and then it goes again, right? That's absolutely normal. Because if we buy into perfection or saintliness or this constant static sense of way of being, then we'll be disappointed. But if we can remember that this is an uncovering, a daily moment by moment uncovering of deeper levels of our capacity to love, of our capacity to be kind, to be compassionate with yourself and others. And from that deep authenticity of us, that's what starts to shine through. Your Satnam, your true identity, which is always just full of love and compassion and kindness. And definitely not perfection, but contentment with what is. Acceptance, surrender. But not casual, right? Systematic. You guys have worked hard. It is much easier to have a physical moving practice than to have a practice where you keep internalizing the mind. But the benefits, right? We all feel them. We reap the benefits of that work. And so you've worked hard, you've cultivated this deep feeling of contentment within you. And so stay here maybe a few more moments, a few more minutes, because you know once you get up, you're back into the flow of life. Especially when we're at home, we come back very quickly. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. It's a very special class. We get to practice like this together. And so I'm going to close the Zoom, and you can stay lying here, dwelling in awareness of your own inner self with all of your skillfulness, because you're all very skillful. Or you can finish when suits.